Okay, hi everyone, my name is Amanda. I'm from year 1 from pharmacy. Okay, maybe to start off, I shall briefly tell all of you like the reason why I chose Eusoff. Okay, I think a lot of you all maybe heard of this story before. Okay, I chose Eusoff because before I chose my hall, I went to YouTube to search all the dance videos like from all the 6 halls. And then the dance video from Eusoff really like won me over because like there was this, the standard was really quite up there. And by rumors, right, I heard that Eusoff is like a hall of sportsmen. So it was really like amazing how like all these sports people, right, that who have never danced before, could actually like put up such a great piece of performance. And like that really showed the versatility of Eusoffians, and that was the reason why I came to Eusoff. Okay, and Eusoff has really like gave me like so many opportunities that I've really like never thought I've never ever accomplished. Like for example, choreograph for Chingay, DU, and get to know a new sport, handball. Okay, and I think Eusoff has really like provided not only me with a lot of opportunities, but a lot of other people with opportunities as well. For example, like people who have never maybe sang in the shower, but then like suddenly when they come to Eusoff, they sing on the UCC theatre stage. And those that have never danced before, and actually like put up a show at the UCC hall and theatre. So this is I feel that Eusoff is really like a platform for people to really try out new things. Yeah. So and since I'm predominantly a performing arts person, I've been performing arts since age of 8, so that's like 12 years. Yeah. So I can use my experience in performing arts to really just give back to the hall. Okay. Let me bring forward a quote to all of you right now. It's one of my favorite quotes. It takes an athlete to dance, but an artist to be a dancer. So my vision for this year is for during my term, it's not for Eusoffians to just like know how to play the sport. Not play the sport, play the instrument, sing or dance. I want to strive like to make them be able to perform, which is a level higher than just being able to play, sing, or dance. Okay, I know that this will be it's a long-term goal because it cannot be achieved within just 1 year. So I hope that in my term, right, there will be the bar will be set there, so that every year you'll just keep improving until you reach the standards. Yeah. And my strategy to accomplish this, right, is actually through training and exposure. Okay, for training, I would like to encourage the respective heads to hire a professional to give like classes for the people in the culture groups. For example, tech classes for dance and maybe vocal classes for choir. Okay, this will improve the standards with proper training and also train the incoming freshies. Because most of the freshies that come to Eusoff and join these culture groups, most of them like don't have prior experience towards that culture group. So I feel that training is essential for them to really like just train up first, and before they're like put on stage to perform. Okay, professionals need not be somebody external. It can be an alumni who's like very passionate about the art and are still willing to come back to help. Training the training should not be a one-off thing. It should spend for at least a month and on a weekly basis, at least. Yeah. So, and the funding for this could be worked out with the JCRC. Okay, for the exposure side, I have two branches down from the exposure side. Okay, one is watching others, and the other one is more performing opportunities. So for watching others, I would like to reintroduce Sarah's initiative of encouraging the heads to get their culture groups to go for at least one concert in the academic year. Because I feel that when you watch people perform, and especially those that are really very good, like those professionals, you'll be inspired to actually reach to their standards. And like you reflect on yourself like, oh, okay, I'm like this now. So what can I do to actually make myself better? So you strive to like improve after watching others. And if time is actually tight for the cultural groups, right, the heads can actually like source for good YouTube videos to let their members watch the performances and actually learn from it. Okay, and the next one is more performing opportunities. I feel that with more performances, okay, when you have like a performance coming up, normally what you'll do is to practice for it. So with more performances, the more you practice and the better you get at it. So with each performance, right, you just get better and better and better. And it is also a platform for them to showcase whatever they have learned and whatever they have experienced so far. And as a performer myself, I know that each performance that I perform in is a whole different experience. So there's something to learn from every single performance that the culture group will undergo. And I would like to continue with Pamela's initiative of collaborating with Eusoff Works and Audio Works to come up with music videos for the culture groups. This provides training for Eusoff Works, Audio Works, and the respective culture groups, therefore killing 3 birds with 1 stone. And it also contributes to hall publicity. And it should be done in SEM 1 because most of the culture groups will be quite busy in SEM 2 for like to prepare for the combined hall concerts and stuff like that. And like it should be like somewhere in the middle of SEM 1 because at the start of SEM 1, right, where everybody's just new to the culture group, like you don't really know much of it. So like maybe some training first, then you have this music video, then you can go and perform more in your combined hall concerts. Okay. I'd like to introduce a new initiative as well. I would like to collaborate with EBC to get our culture groups to perform for some celebrations that they have with the beneficiaries. For example, like currently the EBC Elderly Service Wing, they have an annual CNY celebration for their elderly, but right now it's only Eusoff Choir that's performing. So I hope that I can bring in like more culture groups to perform as well. Like for example, Elixir, like Elixir can like play the, you know, like play the drum, really like hype up the festive season and stuff like that. So, and this kind of platform, right, is more like provides more performing opportunities for our culture groups, and also like helps the culture groups, like the people at the culture group, do something good for the society. The planning for these celebrations could be done with, could be a collaboration between CEMC and EBC. Okay, the next initiative that I would like to propose is a culture group bonding session. It will be similar to the SMC sportsman bonding session, but it will also be held during the December break because it cannot be held in SEM 2 because it's when all the performances are in. And SEM 1 is because like everybody's still very new to the performing the culture group. So I feel that like in the middle of the academic year would be the best. And this event could be planned out by CEMC. It will be a one-day event of fun and games. And this is to allow for like culture groups, people from the culture groups to actually know each other better. Like okay, for example, I'm from dance and you're from choir, then maybe I don't know you before. Then after this bonding session, like I'll get to know you better and actually like understand and appreciate your art even better. So then at the night of the bonding session, I would like to propose a mini showcase session by all the culture groups as well, whereby like maybe like each of the culture groups can just put up a performance at the night of the bonding session. This will allow other people, the people from other culture groups, to really like appreciate and see is what is like in the other culture groups besides their own. This will also provide more performing opportunities for the respective culture groups when they put up this mini showcase. Okay, to sum everything up, I'll give my best to serve the hall in the coming academic year and help bring the culture groups to Eusoff to greater heights. Thank you.
Thank you, Amanda. Now we would like to open the questions to the floor. So anyone would like to pose any questions to Amanda? Yeah, anyone would like to have any questions for Amanda? Okay, that's good.
I think there are a lot of good, ambitious and good ideas that you have, but are you concerned about workload? Because it sounds like there will be a lot more things for cultural side people. So that's my question. Because as you know, workload is always a big issue.
For the culture side, right, because from what Pamela told me, right, the culture people, as in those that do culture, a lot of them like, not say a lot of them, like maybe a large percentage of them, like we mainly do culture. So like if I increase the workload in culture, it's like only affect like this majority group of people. But I know that there's like an increasing number of people that do sports and culture, like Eusoff. So I think there's a lot of workload for like in overall. As in, there's a lot of workload overall, but then for like one culture group, right, it may not be as much. And like if and all this like planning, right, if it can be done at the start of the academic year, right, then you can avoid like minimal clashes with the other committees and stuff like that.
Okay, next question, Kevin.
Hi. I'd like to ask, right, you mentioned things, you mentioned CCAs like choir and dance, right? Can I ask what problems do you foresee in Eusoff drama and how do you intend to overcome the problems?
I feel that Eusoff drama, firstly, Eusoff drama doesn't really see a lot of like performing opportunities, and like not many people are actually like very interested to join the Eusoff drama. Okay, so for like Eusoff drama, right, like one is to provide them with more opportunities, more performing opportunities, so that like when they perform more, right, then like they can get like more publicity within our hall itself, so that people will actually know more about them. Yeah, and through the more performing opportunities, they'll like get better and better.
Another question, anyone? Okay.
I think it's like all those ideas like following on talents is that to come up with more opportunities for the performing arts group to do it. But how do you see that even if we have more performing arts groups opportunities for them, how do you see trying to bring more hall residents to support these initiatives, to come down and support their fellow cultural hall mates?
Okay, for that, I hope that through because I proposed like an initiative of the culture bonding session. So I hope that as people from different culture groups actually know friends in other culture groups. So like when they have like this kind of performances, right, then they will go and support their friends. And also like there's this, as in, like right now it's not just one person, there's like secondary, third degree, fourth degree. So it's like they'll get just like friends or friends or friends, then they just all pack together and go and watch the performance. So like I hope that this the bonding session, right, will not only like help people within the culture groups to actually know each other, but help them like make more friends throughout the whole hall.
Okay, we can probably have one last question. So anyone would like to pose the last question? Anyone? Okay, Judah.
Hello, Linda. I'm Jiran. I just want to ask you, right, as in because for dance, right, I mean, I'm a dancer, we are all dancers, but the thing is that I don't see like Eusoff dance having an identity or anything. It's just like, for example, we just come together for TP and come together for DU, but other than that, right, there's been no initiative or like anything or any identity that brings us together. So is there anything that you might propose or any ideas that you might have to bring Eusoff dance up a level next year? Because like, for example, what I know from my other house, right, is that KR dance is very close, RH dance is very close, but Eusoff dance is like, there's nothing much to it, isn't it? It doesn't ring a bell or anything. So do you have any ideas like what you can do to like unite, maybe not just Eusoff dance, but the whole culture group together? Yeah.
Okay, currently Eusoff dance consists of 100+ members, because all the DP dancers are for this year is in Eusoff dance. So like compared with other halls, right, for example like KR dance, RH dance, they don't have like as much members. So it is easier for them to like unify like the dance group as itself. So but then for maybe next year, right, it might not be so many dancers in the group itself. So to unify, okay, I answer your second part of the question first. Like to unify the culture group together, like can use the culture bonding session to unify all the culture groups together. But on a micro level, for like you just Eusoff dance alone, maybe at the start of the academy year there could be like some orientation, for example some like dance orientation, or not like for the other cultural groups like choir orientation, a cappella orientation, whereby like people within their own cultural group can get to know each other first. Then I feel that actually through practices and like for example you go for tech classes together, then like you sweat, you cry, you bleed all together. It really like unites like the group as a whole. So I think maybe that's why like you feel that Eusoff dance is not exactly like a very unified group yet, because like tech classes we only have one. But then actually if you come and think about it, if within the dance itself, within the item itself, it is quite unified. It's because like you go through a lot of practices together. So maybe next year I can try to push the dance into maybe give more tech classes, like tech classes for everybody as a whole, to like get them to bond together.
Hi, hello. You have been talking about building a sense of belonging in your cultural groups or the whole culture side as a whole. What about building a sense of belonging as a whole, so as to ensure that the current element of versatility will should be ongoing one?
Okay. As a sense of belonging towards the hall, right? I feel that a lot of people feel the sense of belonging towards the hall, firstly because of their friends, and secondly because of the achievements that Eusoff already has. Like, no, not already has, sorry. That achieves, like for example, like say IHG, the Eusoff DP. All these things, right, are things that like make like Eusoffians like feel more towards the hall, as in for most, not all maybe. And secondly, it's because of their friends. So, like, I feel that when you get together, like all the, because for the cultural groups, right, a lot of them there's a significant number of people that are not from mainly culture. There's like culture and sports. So, like what I said earlier, the first degree, second degree, third degree friends. So like through like some bonding sessions and like maybe like more training, like more practices and stuff like that. Because actually I feel that you have more practices for the culture group, right? Actually like bonds people together. For example, like sports people, when they go for trainings, then like they sweat together, they like angst together, that kind of thing. Like so, like through all those trainings, right, they actually like really bond together as a team. Like what I see like the handball team. So like actually through those like tech classes, then you bond together as a culture group. So when you bond together as a culture group, like so like hey, you know me, I know you. But then I got this friend also like always hang out with me. So like you just like know each other more and more and more. So like I hope that like through all these like tech classes and the bonding session, right, actually unifies like everybody as a whole. And the second thing about like I mentioned that other than IHG, then maybe like Eusoff Hall DB, but that really like makes Eusoffians like have this sense of belonging towards the hall. So because in Eusoff Hall DP, right, the reason why it makes people like have a sense of belonging to the hall because it's good. And like from all this training, performance and stuff like that, like through all my initiatives, right, I hope that the standards of the cultural groups will be improved, and then people will like feel like they'll feel like prideful of their own cultural group, like hey, see my Eusoff choir is so good, or my Eusoff a cappella is so good, that kind of thing. So like when you perform also you will feel like good.